More so from the standpoint of like hardware stuff too. Like I feel like I know like, you know, like cause like especially like the ASR 10 and stuff like that, like the old keyboard samplers, they have like a warm sound that like you don't really hear anywhere else.
You know what's great? I feel like once I was introduced to DAWs, I didn't really fuck with much hardware. But I don't know. I think one of my homies had some hardware. Pause. But that was the only person I was around that had that. It was everything else was just a DAW. I was actually working in Fruity Loops at the time.
Yeah, I'm like the complete opposite, like where I had to like adjust my mindset to even work with, you know, any DAW. Like, I'm like literally like college years. It was, Pro Tools had just came around, but not everybody had access to Pro Tools back then. Pro Tools, like the original Pro Tools, that was expensive. Like that was like real studio shit.
The creme de la creme.
Yes.
Where I was from.
So like I remember like Digital Performer was like one of the first like Digital Performer. Yeah, it was like one of the first like MIDI DAWs or whatever. Like because I was in school for audio at the time for audio production. So that was like our first like MIDI lab. Like that was one of the programs that we was using, Digital Performer. And that was, you know, the same concept, just like using any DAW. Like it was the first thing consistently that I had seen anything like that. So having to adjust to that. And then, you know, we were used to syncing MIDI back then, like live, right? But then you're syncing MIDI with the, you know, on the DAW and shit like that. That was like an adjustment, bro.
Shit was science.
Yeah, it was like it was a serious adjustment to like have to look at a screen. Like it was just like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm complete opposite. So even till now, like it's still, I don't know. Sometimes I forget what's at my fingertips. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm so used to looking down. You know what I'm saying? Versus looking ahead.
Keys, you just age yourself saying the fucking M box. I remember that shit.
Yeah, the M box.
God damn. Yeah. Fucking Acid too.
Yeah,
I know dudes who make beats in Acid.
Yeah, people
day.
still use Acid.
What's his name? Jay
Demers
is one of them.
Yeah, but he was
Really?
Yeah, all them beats he make on Acid, yo.
Yeah. And this other dude I know, he used to make beats on Acid. I'm like, how the fuck you use this shit? This shit's crazy. Like, it was like simple but like complex for me.
Man, everything looked complex at one point in time. I just had to dive in. I'm more of a hands-on person.
Yeah.
Show me what this.
And then me saying that, and I use fucking Reason, and Reason's like fucking complex.
It looks intimidating, but it's like I feel like I don't know.
When you start messing with like, you press the tab button and you can move the wires from
when you
thing.
can patch.
It looks like you're actually
you're patching.
That's dope.
Like So I'm getting back to my Reason shit now.
Yeah.
Working on my template. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of days.
I know that's the smart thing to do is get your templates together. I haven't done that at all, you know, for the most part. And I don't know. I feel like the producer in me, I always want to go into the kitchen with like fresh ingredients, like no pause, but like no one tomato, one avocado or whatever is like the same. So I'm bringing fresh ingredients, fresh everything.
That's true. But most times when you cook, you are gonna use like the holy trinity, right? Most times you're still gonna use some onion, garlic, celery, or some onion, garlic, or peppers. So there are some foundational things that help you, and then after that you can branch out and start experimenting with
dabbling.
shit. But I definitely need to get back into that because that was like my workflow. You know what I'm saying? Like. Even like down to drum sounds. It was like, yo, generally I'm going to use these same 10 drum sounds. And I got them, they're ready to go. And they're already kind of mixed a certain way. So you're just good to go. I mean, it saves time. And it makes you creative. And then you build that's how you truly build your own sound. Like it's all has to do with the sounds that you use. And the reason why the shit is more watered down is because people just use all of these things that are available to us. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these, the same sound packs, the same drum loops, the same. I mean, even, you know, on the show, like I hear the drum, like especially the breaks and stuff. Like a lot of people are just using the same exact ones. And even if you did back then, like use a drum loop that somebody else used, you sampled it on your own.
Yeah.
So it still had its own
And
sound.
that's
You know what I'm
that's how I
saying?
feel, yeah.
So yeah, it's different, but
Like I don't know. Even when I get like a drum loop, like the first thing I gotta do is like I gotta take it down a couple semitones or just do something different to it. I can't just take it fresh out the box and be like.
yeah,
I'm
the
ready.
main thing
It's not
with
my
drum
thing.
loops is especially from all the homies that make the packs that we fuck with, yo, when I hear y'all shit, all I think is I'm taking that kick, I'm taking that hat, and I'm taking that snare. That's all I hear really most times. I just, for certain reasons, just like would kind of play them, let them play out just to let people know I use them, in certain instances. Literally, like purposely, like so niggas know like I used it. But otherwise, I've used them, but you probably ain't know. You know what I'm saying? I literally like, oh, that snare. I just want that snare. I'm taking that snare.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do it, man. You're
that
supposed to
was
steal it.
Yeah. Fuck borrow.
Supposed to steal it.
Give me that.
That was the main thing for me. It was just trying to get a workflow, because that's all it's about, workflow.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I sat there for a minute and I was like, why the fuck am I not just jumping back on the program and just making beats? The reason why I jump on Machine and do that is because it's so easy.
Yeah, the
It's just
workflow. is
workflow.
easy, yeah.
So I left Reason alone for a little bit, so now I'm about to work on my template so I can open the program and just get busy. That's really what I want to do. So I'm back on my Reason.
Yeah,
shit.
shout out to Perfect, man. I was chilling with Perfect the other day. He's still Reason Gang too. He was showing me his shit. And yeah, we talking about the same thing, like like how you can the patchwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That shit's dope.
it is. I just got to dig into it a little more though.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right.
much.
Let's get this a few more beats, and then we got to get to the tune for tune and the beat of the month. What we got next, Trench, man?
But real quick,
What
yeah,
happened?
if y'all got a template, send that shit to me.
Oh, you got some
Nah, I
Reason
just-
Gang folks out there?
Yeah. Fucking Sandman,
Oh.
Jers, what's it called? Brain. There's a couple other people. If y'all got templates, man, send